scrumptious and delicious.
Our second recipe is going to be coconut beef curry with rice in 20 minutes. Step 1 is to get your rice going. So I've got 1 cup of rice and I've got 1 3/4 cup of water. Put that into your rice cooker. Let your rice cooker do the hard work making your rice. Beef curry is normally made with pieces of chunks of beef, but this time we're going to make it with ground beef. It cooks faster and I'm able to season it a little bit differently. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some chili flakes, and some curry powder. And I'm going to mix it all up. In case you're worried, the quantity for all the spices will be in the description box below. Now I'm going to make little balls, and they're about half the size of a golf ball because they cook a lot quicker. So although I just added a little bit of curry powder, some chili powder, salt and pepper, you can additionally add a little more chili powder and garlic powder, onion powder. This is where you get to season the actual meatball. But remember that we're going to have a sauce that these meatballs are going to simmer in. So if you like it a little bit spicier, add a few more spices and herbs right into the meat. If not, that gravy is really going to give this dish a ton of flavor. These are my mini curry balls. They're all about the same size, which is really what you want, and about half the size of a golf ball so that they're going to cook faster and there's more surface area for all that beautiful curry sauce to cover. Let's get sauteing these balls. My pan's heated up and I'm going to put the meat straight in. Let it sit for a minute or 2 while you chop up your vegetables. In this case, I'm chopping up red peppers and mushrooms. The base of my curry sauce comes from onions and tomato sauce that I made. So I'm gonna, while my beef is cooking away, I'm gonna chop up my onions. When your beef is cooked through halfway, and you can kind of tell because most of the balls are darker in color, and you can tell the difference when they're cooked through, I'm gonna add my onions into the pan. You don't have to add any additional oil. Some of the oil from the beef comes through and it helps to saute the onions beautifully. After a minute or 2, it's time to add your tomato sauce. And all it is pureed tomatoes. Put on this and let it simmer away for another 5 to 6 minutes. Add a little more curry powder and some salt. Give it a good stir and let it simmer away. After 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to add the vegetables for this dish, mushrooms and red bell peppers. Stir that around, put the lid on, and let it simmer for another 3 to 4 minutes. If it looks like you need a little more liquid, then you can add half a cup of water. I just added a little water to my tomato bottle, and then I'm going to put the lid back on. Starting to look good, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of ginger powder. Time to add in the coconut milk. Give it a good stir. Now reduce the heat down to medium and let it simmer for another 5 minutes. To thicken up the sauce, I'm going to add a slurry of water and flour. And let that simmer again for a few minutes. It'll thicken up right before your eyes. Now that it's thickened up, you can see how thick and rich the gravy is. It's time to add some parsley on top. You can also add cilantro if you prefer cilantro. And this dish is done, ready to be plated. Add a little garnish and you're ready to eat. Another meal in under 20 minutes, but as you can see, there is so much food. You can probably have 4 portions out of this, at least 2 dinners and 2 lunches. And this is absolutely delicious. It's a balanced meal. It's got your protein, it's got your veggies, and a little bit of carb.
Subscribe for more great, easy recipes. Have a great day.